Okay guys, so now that you've done your stance and you've practiced your footwork a little bit, we're going to start to learn the basic combinations or the basic punches. Okay, so I find myself in my boxing stance again, orthodox position, left foot forward, shoulders relaxed, knees soft, hands up. Okay, remember your right hand, your knuckles are touching your chin, the left hand's at a similar height a bit further forward. Okay, so I've got 4 main punches, okay, and each one has a number. So the most important punch is your jab or number 1. Okay, so to throw a jab, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend my left hand, or your lead hand, okay, if you're the other hand, and you extend it, and as you extend, you turn your hips and you turn your foot and you tuck your chin into your shoulder, okay? So you're trying to get as much distance as possible. Notice how my hand turns over, it kind of corkscrews as it comes forward, and that adds more natural power, okay? So I'm here in my boxing stance, knees soft. You can't get much power into a punch without using your lower body. Most of the power comes from your lower body, starts at your feet, comes up through your legs, through your glutes, through your hips. So you have to turn and put the weight of your body behind the punch. Okay, it's no good just doing this, there's no power there. So I'm here, it starts with my foot, I start to turn my foot. So notice, imagine like this, I have a cigarette and I put it on the floor and I'm kind of putting it out. So as I turn it, turn my knee, turn my hips, and extend, okay? Keep your eyes looking forward, keep your chin tucked in, and bring it back. During a fight, no matter what happens, you've got to keep throwing that jab. So this is the most important punch. It stops your opponent from getting too close to you, and it's the easiest one to land because it's the furthest forward and the longest punch you have. Okay, after you've kind of started to practice the jab a little bit, the second punch is the straight right hand, or the number 2. So it's a similar concept, okay? I'm going to turn my right foot now, turn my hip, and I'm going to extend that right hand out as far as I can go. Okay? Back to my chin, turn your foot, turn your knee, turn your hip, 2. Okay? So now you have 1, 2, straight down the middle. These are your straight punches. In my opinion, the most important because you can fight at a distance. 1, 2. Okay? Always turning the feet, always turning the hips. Look at my feet. 1, look at my other foot. 2. Okay? The third punch, punch number 3, is the hook. Okay, so we're going to add that to the 2. So a hook, I'm in my position, and it comes away from my chin and round here, round the side. Again, I've really turned my foot and hips to get more power into this punch. So let me show them together. 1, 2, 3. So my hips never stop moving. My hips are going here. Hips, hips, hips. You're kind of swiveling on the hips. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One thing that's going to help you is to try and visualize a tennis ball floating in front of you. There's no good punching here, here, and here. You have to hit the same target every time. So visualize a tennis ball kind of floating arm's length in front of you. 1, 2, 3. Okay? My arm is at a 90-degree angle when I throw that hook. You don't want to have it out here too far. Okay? Straight arm, bent arm. Okay? The last punch, I like to call this is number 4. This is your uppercut, okay? So from here and back to my right hand now, I'm going to drop and turn my foot, turn my hip, and come up underneath the opponent's chin, or the tennis ball if you're imagining. Okay, so it's here. Again, always with the foot, always with the hips. Okay, so let's do the whole thing together. 1, that's your jab. 2, that's your straight right hand. 3, that's your hook. And 4, that's your uppercut. Okay? When we throw a combination, you don't kind of space it out like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, because there's no fluidity, it's going to be very easy for the opponent to defend it. You have to always have one hand on your chin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So as I'm pulling back one punch, the other punch is beginning. 1, my hips turn as it comes back. 2, as it comes back. 3, as it comes back. 4. So I would take your time with your feet planted, just practicing turning the feet, turning the hips, extending your punches, make sure they're accurate in that same spot. And then once you have that, you can start to add that to your footwork, okay? So what you could do is you could start to move forward with the combination. So I'm going to step my left foot with my left hand. 1, step forward with my right hand with my right foot. 2, step forward with my left foot for the left hook. 3, and then step forward with the right foot for the right uppercut. 4. So let me show you that faster. So I'm back here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? You can back up and go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Okay, once you practice that in a more kind of linear way, you can relax a bit. You can move around and you can practice 1. Okay, and add the 2, 1, 2. Okay, moving around, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you can add on that 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, notice how I always have one hand on my chin. It's no good extending your hand and dropping one down because then your chin is completely exposed. Alright guys, so give those 4 punches a go and start to put them together in combinations along with your footwork.